Pues quería ver el livestream aquí con vosotros para ver qué tal, a ver qué os ha parecido. Sobre todo también saber vuestras opiniones. Porque me parece que he visto que hay un poco de todo. No sé qué deciros. Sinceramente, no me he hecho mucho spoiler porque no quería tampoco venir aquí y saber todo lo que había. Prefería ver las reacciones aquí. Pero me parece que ha dejado a la gente un poco fría. Así que nada, vamos a verlo, vamos a compartirlo y vamos a comentarlo. Este es el vídeo que han subido, ¿de acuerdo? La versión en inglés con subtítulos.
Okay, everyone. I assume that you know why we're here, right?
I've checked the perimeter. The coast is all clear.
All right, then it's time. Time to shop for the latest fashions at Chioria Boutique. Huh. Don't you think something sounds a little off about that line?
Yeah, this is Chioria Boutique that we're talking about. I feel like we need something that sounds, I don't know, a little more extravagant, maybe?
We'll have to talk about it later. The lights have been turned on and the audience is already here. The program is starting.
Oh, hi. Welcome to one of the leading fashion houses in technical job. Are you really?
Espera, que voy muy rápido.
Moment to watch the version 4.3
Vale.
trailer. Camera operator. That can be a pretty technical job. Are you really up to it?
¿Y esta intro?
Thought into finding a good camera angle, and the characters weren't in the shots. Positions, everyone.
Nice.
Joder, qué fotos, ¿no?
Navia, the president, leader, commander-in-chief, executive director, and boss of Spina di Rosula. Hey there!
Toma ya.
Umbrella warfare, I guess. Fire!
Me hace una gracia con el paraguas y las gafitas, así en plan de chill.
Will start rolling as soon as the set is ready.
Me gusta más con el pelito así, con el pelo corto.
And lighting set the scene. Actors can get their makeup done. Extras, go over your positions. Camera ready. Get
Uf, este personaje me gusta mucho, ¿eh?
position. Lights. Camera. Action.
Action.
Enough, villain! Pay for the death of our mother!
Toma.
You're just as naive as her. Did you really think 2 muskets would be enough to defeat me?
Your crimes are evident.
Espera que te lo voy a dejar claro. Me gusta más con el fusil o escopeta o... Hostia, cómo mola el ataque.
Not bad. The actors' emotions were all on point. Let's keep that take. We'll move on to the next scene.
You mean
Did you really think you'd get away?
Chevras?
You can keep your Mora, and you can go to hell.
¿Qué dices?
Excellent.
Qué chulo.
Beyond mesmerizing. Let's make a film that'll make some serious waves in Fontaine. Not the kind of waves that drown people. I mean, the good kind of waves.
Vale, primer código. A ver, la intro está chula, pero el 5 estrellas...
And today I'm joined by
Hey everybody, I'm Brenna Larson, the voice of Navia.
two on the special program.
Oh.
GENSHIN in version 4.3. I also wanted to get some inspiration for shooting commercials for the boutique. Navia and Chevras will be our new playable characters.
Yay!
Yupi, vamos.
I'm sure many of our viewers are already familiar with Navia after seeing her throughout Fontaine's arc.
Sí,
But
¿vale?
is Chevras?
Who indeed?
No.
Other Fontaine characters have already mentioned Chevras before in their voice lines, but Chevras will finally be making an official appearance in version 4.3.
Vale. Sí, súper emocionada, pero...
Think of letting one of our characters from the new version take the lead role in our commercial.
Oh, well, I mean, if we're shooting a video for Chioria Boutique, then I think Navia would be an obvious choice. After all, Navia's clothing was designed by Chiori herself.
Wait, Erica, that was
actually a really natural sounding product placement for Chioria Boutique. You're amazing at this.
I know it sounds like product placement, but Chiori really was the designer who created Navia's outfit. Next, let's have a look at her fashion show.
Ooh, and by fashion show, we mean her character showcase. I always say that blind optimism isn't the answer. If you want a bright future, you have to go out and seize it with your own two hands.
Vale.
This one's got your name on it. A proper send-off from the Spina with love.
Tomar por saco. Voy a sacar la artillería pesada. Una sonrisa de oreja a oreja.
Appreciate how perfectly Chiori customized Navia's clothes and accessories to reflect her personality. She clearly pays a lot of attention to the small details.
Erica, I love how seriously you're taking the sponsorship. It's really great.
It's important.
While we're on this topic, though, Navia's parasol seems pretty interesting. On the
Sí.
outside, it looks like a delicate accessory used to block out the sun.
Ujú.
Inside, there's actually a secret firearm that can be used to ward
Como si fuera, vamos, un agente, un espía mortal.
and fierce all at once. Just like Navia herself.
Exactly.
Está chula la idea.
Her enemies, Navia is not the type to eschew basic etiquette, so she
Las reglas de etiqueta.
appropriate distance while in combat.
Joder, pues el cacho de hacha que te ha sacado.
Navia opens her gunbrella and fires multiple Rosula shard shots that can pass through opponents, dealing geo damage upon a successful strike.
Ooh.
For a period of time after
Oof.
using her elemental skill, Navia's normal, charged, and plunging attacks will deal increased damage and become infused with the power of Geo, which cannot be overridden.
Vale.
Now, when
Eso lo geo.
in combat, there are these little markings around her that look like bullets. I wonder if that's some sort of ammo for the gunbrella?
Oh yeah, yes, you guessed it. When a character in the party obtains an elemental shard created from the crystallized reaction, Navia will gain crystal shrapnel charges. Navia will consume these charges after unleashing her elemental skill.
Ostras.
Her skill damage
Vale.
increases with the number of charges that she's accumulated.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that Navia's elemental skill becomes more powerful if she works together with other characters in the party to trigger the crystallized reaction.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, great.
Navia's elemental burst calls forth the Rosula Dorata Salute, which
Una salva de cañones.
massive bombardment on opponents in front of her, periodically dealing.
Pues esto para
I should
Arias
that
tiene que ser tremendo.
accumulate crystal shrapnel charges at certain intervals if she strikes enemies with the Rosula Dorata.
Vale, o sea, también acumula con ella sola, vale.
Dude is spectacular.
Pues Geo vuelve a estar otra vez
Spina di Rosula likes to perform fire
potente.
rites before important negotiations. You know, as a way to celebrate future success.
Por lo menos es lo que parece, no lo sé. No la he probado, así que no tengo ni idea. No he visto, tampoco he querido ver demasiado de ella.
I guess that's
No quería hacerme mucho spoiler.
respect in their own way.
Yeah, totally.
Not intimidating at all.
No.
As the president of the Spina di Rosula, Navia is always trying to collect the latest intel by exploring all corners of Fontaine. When Navia is dispatched on a 20-hour expedition in Fontaine, rewards gained will be increased.
Okay, so we
Vale, o sea, recogemos el doble.
is the president of
Perfecto.
Spina di Rosula. So I think we should bring up Spina's contributions to averting Fontaine's prophesized crisis. I mean, it was all thanks to Navia's leadership.
Exactly. Some people even lost their lives during that disaster.
¿Y?
I'm certain that those events weighed heavily on Navia, but she remained tough and committed to leading Spina.
Yeah.
And while we're on the topic of Fontaine's crisis, though the prophesized dangers are over, the town is probably still busy rebuilding everything, right? I bet Navia's gonna be occupied with that for a long time.
Oh, definitely. That's something that travelers will be able to see for themselves. Navia's story quests, the Rosa Multiflora chapter,
Vale.
become available in
Es de esperar. Si sale, lo suyo es que saque su mención.
urgently to rebuild Poisson. Though repairing the houses will be straightforward, the emotional distress may be much more difficult to address. If you're curious about how Navia and her crew are going to proceed, then be sure to check it out.
Ugh, I'm so excited!
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
looking forward to seeing what happens. Okay, so now that we've introduced Navia, it's time for Chevres to be in the spotlight.
¿Cómo?
Okay.
¿No van a hablar más de Navia?
Newcomer you probably
Se acabó.
to learn more about her.
Un 5 estrellas que hay gente que lo lleva esperando mucho tiempo.
First off, Chevres is the captain of the special
A ver, quitando la parte de fotos y demás, no
organization.
entiendo nada.
All sorts of difficult cases and dangerous criminals.
Ooh.
She doesn't like to appear in
Te parece una miliciana.
so if you happen to run into her, it's likely that you're in some sort of trouble.
But as long as you're a law-abiding citizen, there's no need to worry. Chevres is actually really easy to get along with.
A más de uno no le importaría que la apuntase con su arma, que le pisase y que le esposase, incluso que le cachease si fuera necesario, estoy seguro. Vale. Mola.
Hands where I can see 'em.
Ok.
What? That was so fire.
Sí, bastante.
And I am not just talking about her skills.
Yo no hablo solo de sus habilidades.
Idol animation. I love
Comiendo patatas fritas.
so
She's a
awesome.
girl.
Qué hambre me ha entrado, por favor. Me voy a hacer palomitas.
She really does. She's not exactly what you'd expect from the captain of the special patrol, though, right?
I guess that's
Me ha entrado mucha hambre.
Chevres' work as a captain can be really stressful. I mean, I can't blame the girl for indulging every once in a while to relieve some stress. She even adjusts her training regimen to make up for her snacking habits.
Sus hábitos alimenticios.
More than any other
Yo también tendría que hacerlo.
Her platoon really admires her for that.
Wow. Okay, she's got some willpower. That is awesome. She's really admirable.
The Special Patrol prioritizes combat ability above all else, so the organization often attracts some eccentric personalities.
Okay.
Yeah. The Special Patrol used to have problems with insubordination, but ever since Chevres took control, everyone has fallen into line.
Yo no se ha jodido. Debe de tener un carácter.
Respect among her peers, and she's a formidable fighter, and she leads by example. Though she demands excellence from her platoon, she holds herself to even higher standards. She always tries to be an example for others to follow, whether it's investigating cases or in marksmanship practice.
And it looks like a lot of her skills involve using a musket. She must be a pretty good shot.
For sure.
Espero que ella tenga mejor puntería que yo, porque si tengo que ser yo, vamos mal.
She definitely knows her way around a firearm. Chevres uses her musket to fire at opponents during her elemental skill. For a period of time,
Ok.
unleashing her elemental skill, Chevres will continuously
Restaura vida
character on the field.
al personaje en uso.
Burst, Chevres fires an explosive grenade with her musket, which will split into secondary explosive shells upon impact. Haha.
Vale.
Whoa.
Así no fallo.
I noticed that Chevres has bullet-like markings around her during combat. Can she shoot a special type of ammo?
That's right. Chevres obtains an overcharged ball when a nearby party member triggers the overloaded reaction. Holding Chevres' elemental skill will consume this special ammo to unleash an even more powerful pyro attack that covers a larger AoE.
Vale, o sea, tiene cargas.
Also grant
Vale, estas dos niñas van con cargas.
electro characters in the party.
Okay, so that's where the name
Espera.
ball comes from.
Esto no me he enterado bien, un segundo.
The name her grant an attack buff to all
Este ataque otorga una bonificación de ataque a todos los personajes Pyro y Electro del equipo. ¡Ojo!
pyro and electro characters in the party.
Okay, so that's where the name overcharged ball comes from.
This
¿El nombre de qué?
grant an attack buff to all pyro and electro characters in the party.
Ok.
So that's where the name overcharged ball comes from.
Vale.
Chevres actually came up with the name herself.
Oh.
She was reading a novel where the protagonist believed that names held a lot of power. If you give something a cool-sounding name, then you've given yourself an advantage over your enemies. That kind of logic resonated with her, I guess.
Oh, well, I guess she has a point.
Oh, I should also mention what happens if Chevres is paired with all pyro and electro.
Con Pyro y Electro.
If your party contains at least one character of either type, then triggering the overloaded reaction will cause an opponent's pyro and electro resistances to decrease.
Hostia.
Okay, so it seems like Chevres could really shine in an overload team comp. But I also
Entonces,
noticed that Chevres isn't solely limited to a
corregidme si me equivoco. Me da la sensación de que están como especializando un poco los personajes y sobre todo los equipos, ¿no? Al final Navia interesaba que hubiera más, por lo menos 2 de geo mínimo para poder hacer las cargas de las balas. Esta señora si es Piro y Electro, va a hacer más daño y encima las resistencias van a disminuir por lo que acabo de entender y por lo que acabo de ver, digo yo, ¿no? A lo mejor estoy confundida, ¿eh? No me parece mal, me parece un cambio. Está bien, seguro que es divertido.
Most people who have something to hide avoid feeling like their lives depend on it. And maybe it does. In all seriousness, though, that's why Chevres trains so hard. She has
Deja de entrenar tanto.
a wide variety of cunning criminals who try to evade her at all costs. So when Chevres is in your party, stamina consumption from sprinting is decreased.
Vale.
I love that.
Mola, para la exploración está guay.
Characters are great. Both of them would be great leads in our commercial. I don't know, it's so hard to choose.
I know. And I will make this even harder for you.
Oh no.
We're about to take a look at what event wishes that travelers can look forward to in version
Vale.
2.3.
Gachapón. Gachapón.
All of our commercial is about to get
Esto de los banners dobles me parece una verdadera putada.
First half of version 4.3, travelers can look forward to event wishes for Navia and Ayaka. A new 5-star claymore, Verdict, will also be featured in
Mola un montón el arma esta.
half of version 4.3. We'll have returning event wishes from the Raiden Shogun and Yoimiya. During this time, Chevres will also
Jo, tío.
have a huge drop rate boost.
La pobre Yoimiya la tienen castigadísima.
Also look forward
Siempre sale de... o con Raiden o después de Raiden o antes de Raiden.
to in the Echoing Woods
Vale, nuevos artefactos.
to learn more about them.
This seems like the perfect time for our first break. We've shared a ton of information so far, and I bet travelers could use some time to digest it all.
You're right.
Vale, habrá que ver qué hacen los nuevos artefactos. Ahora mismo no lo sé. Imagino que esto ya estará colgado en la página web de
Special program is
de Joyoverse.
Chioria Boutique and will return shortly.
Los códigos están ya en internet, todo el mundo ha subido tweet, yo también, si no en Discord, o sea, esto lo vamos a pasar rapidillo.
Welcome back, everyone! So, we've thoroughly discussed our casting options for the Chioria Boutique commercial. But the content of the commercial is also important, right? Do you have any ideas?
If we're making a commercial for Chioria Boutique, then how about we include some event footage of Chiori?
Yay!
Chiori is actually going to appear in the event for version 4.3.
Vale,
Hmm.
Well, the
imagino que es el personaje este de aquí.
in the court of Fontaine, we'll finally get to meet her in person.
Yes, I know. Travelers can
Tío, lo que me sorprende es que los 5 estrellas no hayan hablado más, no hayan hecho ningún avance de su lore, ni nada. O sea, quitando la parte de las fotos, no han hecho nada. Estoy flipando. Normalmente suelen darle mucho más bombo y ves algún avance, ¿vale? Que entiendo que a lo mejor no han puesto lore como tal de la trama, porque sí que es verdad que llevamos
she's also from Inazuma
varias versiones con un lore potente.
and recommended that they
Joder, pero es que esta chica
Fontinalia
no la han hecho, no sé, a lo mejor es porque ya han contado, ya la han metido en versiones anteriores y ya tiene su peso, ya la conocemos.
Festival was
Y han preferido una balanza entre el 4 estrellas y el 5 estrellas, no tengo ni idea.
search for the Oceanids and eventually welcomed the Hydro Archon Egeria to Fontaine.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the most important festivals in Fontaine. Like,
Vale, sí que nos van a dar recompensas de libros, que protogemas, coronas, que es importante.
Fontaine Film Association proposed
Imagino que una espadita,
the festival earlier this year
si por lo que no, si lo estoy entendiendo bien, y
for evaluation.
para refinar, imagino que la espada, ¿no?
Will be given the Farina Award by the association.
Well, we can see Farina working with Ayaka and the others here. So wait, does this mean that there's a chance that Farina might win the Farina Award? Okay, now I'm intrigued.
Mucha paja mentales.
Sorry, but I'm gonna have to leave. Version becomes available.
So we know that several friends from Inazuma will be in Fontaine for the Fontinalia Film Festival. But
Ahora Inazuma está en todos los sitios, como ya tienen las puertas abiertas, han salido todos en estampida a conocer mundo.
variety of activity booths during the festival.
It's Sharpshooting Zone. In this activity, travelers will use the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol simulation device to practice targeting and
¡Hola!
The special patrol
Me gusta este modo. Francotirador a tope.
And the second activity booth is called Trick
Que conste que yo no soy violenta,
In this activity,
pero me ha gustado, ¿eh?
special lighting
Me ha dejado sin palabras.
scene. Take advantage of the buffs brought about by the special lighting effects to defeat an endless stream of opponents and obtain a higher score.
So cool. Those
Me ha gustado más el de francotirador.
old movie vibes. Navia's movements are also super smooth. It's all so atmospheric.
Oh,
Estivo, no sé yo qué decirte, ¿eh?
not everyone is enjoying the fun and games. Travelers will meet a contract employee at the third activity booth. She needs some help with her demanding client. During the activity Extreme Drive, travelers will help her test out stabilization mecha balls.
Look at how the traveler chases after those stabilization mecha balls. Okay, I bet that contract can
Vale, nos meten uno
client.
Totally.
Stabilization
colaborativo.
seem pretty ordinary, but they're actually very agile.
Son muy
They
ágiles.
automatically avoid all testers by moving in the opposite direction of your movement. You can find jump boosters around the testing grounds. Travelers can use them to jump higher and further.
Vale, esto el día que lo traigan
With a stabilization mecha
y lo hagamos, nos reiremos
matches will have to
a saber.
stabilization mecha balls into their target area as possible within the time limit. The more mecha balls that end up in your area, the more points you'll earn.
The fourth activity
Vale.
is called Into the Frame. In this activity, travelers will get to shoot their own scenes by experimenting with different camera positions and narration
Vale.
techniques.
Cool.
Está chulo.
We get to make a movie.
De momento me está gustando. Lo de la lucha, bueno, es más
Filmmaking.
bueno, más lo de siempre, entendedme. Al final no dejan de ser eventos de lucha. Lo del francotirador me ha molado. No sé si solo será
Ah.
lo que es
About it. A Fontaine
una etapa o habrá más así.
shoot a film. I guess international travel can be a source of artistic inspiration. That must have also been true in Chiori's case, since she opened Chioria's boutique in Fontaine.
Ooh, that could be a strong theme for our commercial. Actually, Ayaka and Ayato aren't the only Inazumans traveling abroad in version 4.3. Kuki Shinobu just arrived in Liyue for her class reunion.
Yeah, and Ito
Te va a decir, Eito no va.
the Arataki gang.
Es lo que te va a decir. Si antes lo digo,
I think he plans to train.
en serio.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Arataki Blazing
Escaradiablos.
Battle Boot Camp.
Me pareció súper divertido la lucha de los escarabajos. Cuando lo pusieron en ese modo podían dejarlo. Igual que lo de los hongos.
Event in version 3.4.
Que no tienen que por qué dar siempre protogemas. Pueden darte libros, otros materiales.
I believe his name was Grandmaster Hanakado.
Mm.
Yep. Grandmaster Hanakato made an impressive showing during the last Beetle Battle event. This time, he's made the trip to Liyue with Ito. It seems like the two of them have met a mysterious new Beetle Battle Master.
Ooh.
What? Who is it? Tell us.
Tell us, tell us, tell
I'm
us.
sorry. I'm sorry. I can't give that away. Travelers will have to discover their identity during the event.
Ah.
Vale.
Aside from meeting this mysterious new Beetle Battle Master, travelers can also look forward to new ways to battle. While the movement and charge mechanics remain unchanged from the original event, travelers can now also instruct Onikabuto to use guard to defend.
Pues esto mola.
bullet and
Están metiendo más mecánicas. Eso está guay, está guay. A mí me gusta.
Strategies to topple your opponents no matter what they throw at you.
Esto será siempre prueba y error, pero me mola que lo podían dejar. Vuelvo a repetir, igual que lo de los hongos y algunas cosas, igual que lo del escondite. Te puede gustar o no, pero a veces, joder, es que te ríes mucho.
Friend in the Fontanian countryside. That's right, Ullman came to Fontaine and he brought his treasure map and treasure-seeking Sealy along with him.
Yay! Our mini Sealy friend.
Este modo de juego me gusta, lo que no me gusta es que den recompensas
Restore the Sealy's
que ya tenemos. Yo ya tengo de esos
energy from the
2
locations that are
y con este evento van a ser 3. Me va a dar tiempo a coleccionar
guide us
todos los colores.
to buried
Voy a tener todos los Power Rangers de todos los colores de los bichos estos que te acompañan.
exchange them for various rewards.
Podían dar otras cosas.
Use Sealy in your preferred color.
Ooh. Okay, so in the event preview, it looked like some of the treasure is located underwater, but when I first arrived in Fontaine, I discovered that Sealy couldn't follow me underwater. Is this treasure-seeking Sealy different?
That is very observant of you.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Que no es que esté mal, pero es que yo ya tengo, es que no sé, es que ya tengo, pues prefiero que me den protogemas extras. La gente nueva vale, pero que den alternativas.
Amazing.
Lo dicho, me los voy a coleccionar todos. Hazte con todo, pues igual, con los bichos estos.
Across a mysterious domain guarded represented by a unique swordmaster who searches for the meaning of battle. During the Dance of Resolute Will, travelers will get the chance to participate in combat challenges. Each challenge stage will contain 2 rounds. Travelers must select their party compositions before the challenge starts. One of the
Vale.
chosen characters must be used in both rounds, but no
Vale.
character can be repeated.
Oh, okay.
Vale, te dejan repetir uno, pero ninguno más.
Complete a blade dance objective during a challenge. You will obtain a heightened verve buff. Defeating opponents while heightened verve is active will grant you more points.
And
Ok, bueno, otro más de lucha con X mecánicas, puntos extras dependiendo de... Vale. Bueno, el del tupé.
Oh, and if Lieben is around, then that must mean we'll have a
exciting! Okay, so it looks like Lieben isn't the only old friend we'll be reunited with in version 4.3. Several familiar faces will be joining the Genius Invocation TCG. After this
Vale, me parece bien. O sea, la gente que juega las cartas me parece bien. Yo es que yo no sé mucho jugar a las cartas. No se me da demasiado bien y no sé. No le pillo yo el gustillo, ¿sabes? Tendré a lo mejor que practicar más. Pero sinceramente me cuesta cogerle la gracia a las cartas. Tengo muy mala suerte con los dados. Tengo que decir la verdad.
But that's not all. The Forge Realms Temper event will also be making a reappearance, and there will be an update to the heated battle mode. Be on the lookout for future.
Bueno, a lo mejor ¡Hala! Han cambiado las animaciones, está chulo.
The Genius Invocation TCG Asia Invitational will officially begin in January.
Un segundo. Vale, todo en orden.
Travelers can look forward to some friendly competition between 16 of the top TCG players all across Asia. I heard.
Bueno, esto me da un poco más igual.
Sharing more exciting information about version 4.3.
No es que no me importe el torneo, pero al final nosotros no vamos a ver nada del torneo.
We've introduced a lot of content, and we've gotten a ton of inspiration for our commercial. Honestly, our promotion is definitely shaping up.
Totally.
But before we reveal our new idea, let's dive into the system optimizations that the project team has prepared for version 4.3.
Okay, first we have some artifact-related optimizations to introduce. With an ever-increasing amount of artifact sets to choose from, many travelers may have been hoping for a better and quicker way to filter and locate desired artifacts. After the version 4.3 update,
Vale.
travelers can check out artifact set recommendations for a given character to see what artifact sets active players have been choosing for that character recently.
That's cool.
In addition, an automatic locking function has been added. Now, when filtering artifacts in your inventory, you can lock the artifacts that fit your filter specifications in batches. With the automatic locking function, newly acquired artifacts that fit your locking criteria will automatically be locked when added to your inventory.
Oh, that's awesome.
Travelers can have up to 2 preset auto-lock plans for each artifact set. Travelers can choose their own or follow the recommended settings summarized for active player data. Since it may take some time to collect the necessary statistics, new artifact sets will not feature recommended locking settings immediately.
Okay.
Vale.
Of course, if you can lock artifacts in batches, you can unlock them in batches as well. Travelers can look forward to both of those features in the new update. That's not all though.
What?
Travelers will be able to sort artifacts by 3 different attributes. Plus, the artifact enhancement screen will allow travelers to add a greater amount of enhancement materials at once. An enhancement limit feature
Me parece bien. Sobre todo porque cuando llega un momento en que
not only make artifacts easier to find,
estás en ciertos niveles.
be on the lookout for future announcements to learn more.
The project team is always working hard to address your survey feedback. So, travelers should look forward to further artifact-related optimizations in future version updates. Improvements to equipping artifacts and other artifact-related optimizations are all in
Vale.
Ooh.
In addition, the project team has made adjustments to provide
Oh,
and
yeah,
enhancement
sí.
experiences for travelers. When you level up a character, enhance an artifact, or enhance a weapon, you no longer have to click so many pop-up windows.
Oh, that's awesome. As a new player using a few 1- and 2-star materials to level artifacts, the whole process might feel a bit slow, especially with pop-up windows appearing.
Totally. This new
Refinar de golpe, ya te digo.
reduces the amount of pop-up windows that we have to click through, so travelers can look forward to a much smoother enhancement and leveling process. The next optimization has made it easier to repeat domain challenges. Previously, travelers who tried to continue domain challenges would be sent to the entrance of the domain. This meant they would have to run all the way to the center to start the challenge. But after this update, travelers who choose to continue in a domain challenge will load right next to the area where you actually
Bueno, esto tampoco me parece...
So, happy farming,
O sea,
everyone.
que no está mal, pero no es
This should make
algo que sea como para destacar.
farm artifacts for Navia.
Oh, yeah,
True, true.
definitely.
Bueno,
In addition, version 4.3 has made it easier to clear your quest backlog. Archon Quest Chapter 2 Act 4, In the Depths, An Unexpected Reunion, takes place in
¿y?
the underground mines of the chasm. In the past, travelers had to complete the world quests, Chasm Spelunkers, and the Heavenly Stones debris before being able to proceed to the Archon Quest. In this update, travelers no longer need to complete those two world quests.
No me parece justo. Lo tienen que hacer.
The miner who issued the commission to unlock a teleport waypoint.
Oh.
A ver, entiendo que si hay gente que está empezando nueva,
And
esto les facilita mucho poder avanzar
steps of the
y el descubrir nuevas zonas.
That's amazing.
Yeah. This will
Amazing, increíble.
for travelers to quickly progress through Archon quests.
So cool. So that'll make it significantly easier for new or lapsed players to access the Archon quest and claim
Entiendo que lo hacen por eso, para que
find fates as fast as
la gente quiera retomarlo y que la gente nueva no se quede atascada.
Also, one-click expeditions will be available starting in version 4.3. This will allow travelers to
¡Ojo!
rewards and repeat expeditions with a single click. Travelers will also be able to claim processed ingredients and forged items with a single click.
Sí, por favor.
That's gonna make it easier to collect rewards from Catherine.
Definitely.
Mhm.
There's also a ton of other quality of life improvements.
Bueno, esto no tanto,
For example,
pero bueno, vale.
optimizations have been made to enemy tracking with the Adventure Handbook and character selection logic during crafting and forging. In addition,
Vale.
when performing mystic offerings, travelers will now be able to add artifacts.
Artefactos por lotes.
There's
Ok.
a lot to look forward to, so be sure to check future announcements for more information. Okay, moving on from optimizations, a new Fontaine-style realm layout will be added to the Serenity.
Vale, el diseño de Fontaine. Vale,
corresponding
perfecto.
item from Tubby to unlock it.
¡Oh!
Miriam.
¡Qué bonito!
Travelers can use ocean currents to travel between the islands in this layout. Some islands even have ponds that travelers can use to keep fish.
It looks like a
Yo quiero criar peces.
It's just so pretty.
Yeah. And they'll be even prettier once travelers have the chance to make them their own. I'm so excited to see what everyone's going to come up with. Especially my friend's teapots.
Ah, you just want to copy their designs, don't you?
Es copiar sus diseños. Yo también, sinceramente.
I knew it.
Mira una casita y yo quiero algo de eso. A ver.
The annual Genshin Impact online concert Melody
Sí, ya, bueno.
is coming soon. Yay!
Ya lo hemos visto esto.
Heard this year's concert is going to celebrate Genshin's classic melodies in an entirely new way. Let's take a sneak peek at some of the amazing moments that this concert has in store.
The 2023 Genshin concert held
Vale,
in
por si acaso.
September will also be online soon. So stay tuned, travelers.
Whoa, so we have 2 online concerts to look forward to?
Yep. Further details will be announced across Genshin Impact's official social media accounts, so be on the lookout for more information. At the end of version 4.3, travelers can also look forward to the release of the 4th Genshin.
We're finally...
Okay, well, that's all the new information we have to share about the update. So, I guess that means it's time for the version 4.3 special program to come.
Special program was a pretty good commercial. Most important part is our final word from our sponsor, Chioria Boot. Cannot wait for all of you to meet Chevres.
Gillies?
Yes! I'm just so glad that the 3 of us have been able to do this special program to sing all this exciting new content for themselves.
Ojo el papucho. ¿Le van a poner esta skin? Madre mía, de mi vida, amor hermoso. Creo que va a ser el juzgando del GENSHIN de todos los tiempos, ¿eh? Eso es una propaganda, imagino, que del museo de ellos y poco más. Espérate. Lo dejamos aquí, no han dicho nada, qué cabrones. Nos han dejado con la miel en los labios, ¿vale? Pues mini resumen, si os parece. El 5 estrellas, Navia, ha sido ahí poco ni pena ni gloria. No sé qué deciros. sea, me refiero ni pena ni gloria en el sentido de que tampoco han dicho mucho más de ella. No han desvelado nada, no han contado mucho más de su lore. Quiero entender que como ya ha estado involucrada en todas estas versiones y la han presentado en Fontaine y ya sabemos cómo va, sabemos su historia y sabemos, pues eso, lo de sus padres, su familia, la investigación, la misión de Arconte y cómo está involucrada. Imagino que por eso no le han dado mucho más peso. El de 4 estrellas, pues bueno, normal, tampoco ni fu ni fa, tampoco suelen decir mucho. No viene zona nueva, vienen muchos eventos, algunos interesantes, otros poco más o menos. Mejoras de calidad de vida, algunas sí me parecen interesantes, otras bueno. A Yumi ya se la vuelven a cargar, literalmente, en todos los sentidos, a la pobre. Yo no sé qué ha hecho esta mujer para que Joyo Verse la odie tanto, de verdad, ¿eh? No sé por qué, no lo entiendo. Y nos han dejado con la ganas de una skin así del papucho. Y yo creo que poco más. Creo que ese sería el gran resumen de todo esto. Así que nada, espero que os haya gustado. Espero que os haya gustado. Nada, que es que tampoco sé mucho más que decir. Que os haya gustado. Comentadme vosotros qué pensáis. Me parece una versión, bueno, no es que esté floja, simplemente que después de la cantidad de contenido que ha venido, entiendo que haya un poco de parón. Sobre todo para que la gente pueda también ponerse al día. Viene también en Europa pues todas las festividades y no sé hasta qué punto también lo han hecho pensando en eso. No está mal, lo que pasa que tampoco es nada en especial. Un poco flojillo a comparación de las otras, pues que también no pueden bombardearnos con tantas cosas, ni ellos, porque no creo que puedan, y muchos jugadores tampoco a lo mejor pueden seguir el ritmo, pero bueno, no está mal. A ver qué nos traen, probar la 4.3, ponernos al día con Fontaine, que a mí me viene bien, y disfrutar de los nuevos personajes y poco más. Y esto los banners dobles, si van a seguir la política de ese estilo, a mí me va a dar algo, las protogemas no me llegan. Y cada vez dan menos, así que bueno, no sé, a ver qué tal. Así que poco más. Contadme en comentarios qué os ha parecido, qué opináis. Y entre todos a ver si sacamos algo en claro. Y poco más, así que nada, hasta la próxima. Chao.